This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Charles Tiu is named new head coach of the Phoenix Fuel Masters, starting in the PBA Commissioner's Cup, taking over mid-season from Willy Wilson. TNT Tropang 5G heads into the PBA Philippine Cup Finals with a grounded mindset, acknowledging that stopping San Miguel star June Mar Fajardo one-on-one is unrealistic. Tennis legends Lindsay, Davenport, and Martina, Navratilova say the Australian Open missed a big opportunity by not showcasing rising Filipina star Alex Eala. The M7 Mobile Legends World Championship 2026 hits the knockout stage with Filipino teams in the spotlight. Aurora Gaming Philippines in the upper bracket semifinals, while Team Liquid Philippines battles to stay alive in the lower bracket. And LeBron James will not start in the 2026 NBA All-Star Game, ending his record 21-year streak. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 20th of January. Now, here's our roundup. The Phoenix Fuel Masters have officially named Charles Tiu as their new head coach. Tiu will take over mid-season in the Commissioner's Cup, replacing Willy Wilson. Team management confirmed the signing on social media Tuesday. Tiu expressed excitement for the role but stressed he will remain with the College of St. Benilde in the NCAA. While league rules prevent him from officially holding both head coaching positions, Tiu hinted he may give up the title while still calling the shots for the Blazers. Phoenix comes into this change with a struggling yet talented roster led by veteran Jason Perkins and young players Kai Balungay, Richie Rivero, and Tyler Tio. The Fuel Masters finished 3-8 in the Philippine Cup, looking for a mid-season turnaround under Tiu's leadership. The TNT Tropang 5G is entering the PBA Philippine Cup Finals with a clear and realistic mindset focused on execution rather than stopping San Miguel star June Mar Fajardo one-on-one. Here are the details from our sports correspondent, Zeus Valdez.
The Talk and Text Tropang 5G is approaching the PBA Philippine Cup Final series with a clear and realistic mindset, particularly when it comes to facing San Miguel beer star June Mar Fajardo. Veteran big man Kelly Williams made it clear that TNT is not entering the finals with the expectations of stopping Fajardo in isolation situations. Williams instead shared how TNT is approaching the finals matchup with San Miguel.
We don't plan on stopping them. We plan on, coming at San Miguel with a great team scheme, and June Mar obviously isn't the only guy that we have to be concerned about. So it's going to take a lot of team effort. It's going to take a lot of strategy. It's going to take a lot of energy and sacrifice for us to do what we want to do. So we're just thinking about game one.
Williams also highlighted a key difference between this finals appearance and TNT's run last season, which ended in a 6-game loss to San Miguel.
Yeah, obviously last conference against them in the finals, it was unfortunate that we couldn't get Ray back in time. Poi went down. It was a lot of transition. Jordan was still getting acclimated to the team. So, and even then, all things considered, we still gave ourselves a chance to compete. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this series goes. I feel it's going to be a lot different than last conference.
As TNT seeks redemption in the PBA Philippine Cup Finals, the team's belief is rooted not in external talk or expectations, but in preparation, discipline, and the opportunity to compete at full strength. Game 1 of the PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup Finals tip-off Wednesday at the Inares Center in Antipolo. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
For tennis legends Lindsay, Davenport, and Martina, Navratilova, the Australian Open organizers missed a major opportunity by not placing rising Filipina star Alex Eala on a bigger show court. Interviewed on Tennis Channel, the former Wimbledon champion Davenport said Eala is likely the most famous Philippine or female athlete from the Philippines, noting large numbers of fans were eager to watch her play. Meantime, Navratilova echoed those comments, urging tournament officials to better consider player popularity and fan bases when scheduling matches. Eala's first-round opponent, Alicia Parks, admitted she had to deal with the highly partisan crowd before beating the Filipina in 3 sets. Eala's Filipino fan base packed Court 6 in Melbourne and filled queues across the grounds. Proof that win or lose, Alex Eala is already changing the conversation in tennis. Meantime, Eala and Brazilian partner Ingrid Martins were eliminated today from the Australian Open women's doubles, losing to the pair of Japan's Shuko Aoyama and Poland's Magda Linette 7-6, 2-6, 6-3. The M7 Mobile Legends Bang Bang World Championship 2026 in Jakarta has entered its crucial knockout stage, with Filipino teams once again in the spotlight. Aurora Gaming PH stays in the upper bracket, set to face Indonesia's Alter Ego in a high-stakes best-of-5 semifinal on Wednesday at the Tennis Indoor Stadium, Senayan. The match carries extra weight as Indonesia chases its first M-Series title since 2019, while the Philippines looks to extend its reign in the tournament. Meanwhile, Team Liquid PH fights for survival in the lower bracket after an earlier loss to Aurora. TLPH takes on Onyx Esports in a do-or-die BO5 clash on Thursday night, January 22, with elimination on the line. With the double elimination format raising the pressure, both Aurora and Team Liquid carry the hopes of Philippine esports as the road to the M7 Grand Final on January 25 heats up. The Philippine men's national football team is headed for a tough road in the 2026 ASEAN Championship, also known as the Hyundai Cup. The Filipinos were drawn into Group B with regional heavyweights Thailand and Malaysia, along with Myanmar and Laos. The Philippines opens its campaign on July 28 against Myanmar. The draw includes familiar rivals Thailand, whom the Filipinos stunned last December with a historic 2-1 semifinal first leg win in Manila, their first victory over the Thais in more than 5 decades. The tournament, Southeast Asia's biggest, will now be played mid-year instead of its traditional year-end window. The Philippine women's futsal team has been drawn into a challenging Group B at next month's 2026 ASEAN Women's Futsal Championship in Nakhon Ratchasima, Thailand. The Filipino Five will face defending champions Vietnam, regional contender Myanmar, and tournament debutants Australia. The team enters the competition with growing confidence, having faced each opponent multiple times over the past 2 years. In the 2024 ASEAN Championship, the Philippines drew 2-2 with Myanmar but fell 1-6 to Vietnam. They also held their own against Australia in last year's AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, losing narrowly 1-2. The championship, which began in the Philippines in 2024, helped spark a rise in women's futsal across Southeast Asia and set the stage for the 2025 FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup hosted in Manila. Group play runs February 24 to March 2, with host Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia headlining Group A. Rising Filipino racing talent Bianca Bustamante is taking another step up the European motorsports ladder. The 20-year-old will race both the Euro Cup 3 Winter Series and the Euro Cup 3 Championship in 2026 with Palou Motorsport. Her Euro Cup 3 debut comes February 20th through 22nd at Portimao in Portugal, followed by rounds at Jarama and Motorland Aragon in Spain. The move follows her 2025 GB3 season and keeps her on track toward FIA Formula 3 and ultimately Formula 1. Off the track, Bustamante continues to make history, recently named to the Forbes 30 Under 30 Europe list, recognizing her impact as a trailblazer in international motorsport. Former undisputed super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez is set to return to the ring nearly a year after losing his titles. Canelo will fight September 12 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, according to an announcement today from boxing power broker Turki Al Sheikh and The Ring magazine. The 35-year-old Alvarez, 63-3-2 with 39 knockouts, last fought September 13, 2025, when he lost a unanimous decision and all 4 belts to Terence Crawford in Las Vegas. Crawford has since retired and vacated the titles. Canelo underwent elbow surgery in October and wasn't expected back until at least spring 2026. Canelo will be 36 on Fight Night, returning in his traditional mid-September Mexican Independence Day window. LeBron James will not start the NBA All-Star Game for the first time in his career. The league announced the 2026 All-Star starters on Monday, and James was left out of the opening lineup, ending a record 21-year streak dating back to his rookie season. Fans made up 50% of the vote, with players and media splitting the rest. James missed the first 14 games this season with sciatica and struggled to regain rhythm after returning. Despite the snub, the 4-time champion can still be selected as a reserve, with coaches' picks announced February 1st. A loaded night around the NBA with late misses, star performances, and statement wins across the league. In Detroit, the Pistons held on at the buzzer as Tobias Harris scored 25 points in a 104-103 nail-biter over the Celtics. All-star starter Cade Cunningham finished with 16 points and 14 assists as Jaylen Brown's potential game winner rimmed out at the horn. In San Francisco, the Warriors rolled despite a scare, blowing out the Heat 135-112. Brandon Podziemski led a balanced attack with 24 points as Golden State pulled away after Jimmy Butler exited with a knee injury. In Cleveland, the Thunder sent a message as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren powered a 136-104 rout of the Cavaliers. Oklahoma City drained 23 three-pointers, handing Cleveland its worst loss in 2 seasons. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the other games from around the league. Up next, the M7 World Championships heats up in Jakarta. Aurora Gaming Philippines takes on Indonesia's alter ego with a spot in the upper bracket finals on the line. We will break down that matchup when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. The M7 World Championship is in full swing here in Jakarta, Indonesia. And after a short breather, the world's best are back in action for the final push. 22 teams from around the globe enter this tournament, all fighting for the title of world champion and a share of the $1 million prize pool. Now, the Philippines still has skin in the game, and all eyes are on Aurora Gaming Philippines. After surviving a grueling Swiss stage, Aurora sent fellow Filipino squad Team Liquid PH to the bottom bracket with a hard-fought 2-1 win powered by the heroics of Edward Dapadap and Jan Dominguite del Mundo. Next up is a massive test though. Aurora faces Indonesia's number 2 seed, Alter Ego, with a spot in the upper bracket finals on the line. Now, on paper, this is a favorable matchup for Aurora, but Indonesian teams are never to be underestimated, especially an Alter Ego squad that ran the Swiss stage undefeated and swept Onyx Indonesia in the knockouts. Now, this is not just a series. This will be a statement game to whoever wins this game. For Aurora, this run at M7 is about more than just wins and losses. It is about redemption, After last year's early exit on the international stage, doubts followed this team into the tournament. But in Jakarta, Aurora has finally broken through. They swept Team Spirit to reach the knockout stage and carried that confidence into a clutch victory over Team Liquid PH. For Domenkite and the rest of the squad, the pressure is gone, and that makes them dangerous. He has admitted this team is still not at 100%, which is a scary thought for the rest of the field. Now, with the noise blocked out and confidence at an all-time high, Aurora now stands at the biggest crossroads of their tournament. Beat Alter Ego, and they move one step closer to a world title. So, what will decide this matchup? For Aurora Gaming PH, it starts with tempo control. When Domenkite is given the space to dictate the pace, and when Edward leads disciplined late-game team fights, Aurora looks at their strongest. Objective control, smart drafts, and patience will be critical. Now, for Alter Ego, the key is early aggression. This is a team that thrives in chaos. Fast rotations, fearless engages, and clutch Lord fights can flip a game in an instant. Now, if Alter Ego can force Aurora into scrappy, high-tempo skirmishes, they put the Filipinos on the back foot. In the end, it is composure versus chaos, discipline versus aggression. Only one team moves on to the upper bracket finals. And here is the schedule for the matches tomorrow. When we return, Charles Tiu has been named the new head coach of the Phoenix Fuel Masters, taking over mid-season from Willy Wilson. No less than Coach Charles Tiu himself will join us live when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. Big news from the PBA today. The Phoenix Fuel Masters have named Charles Tiu as their new head coach, and he steps in mid-season during the Commissioner's Cup, replacing Willy Wilson. And joining us live via Zoom is Coach Charles himself, of course, Bilyonaryo News Channel host of Beyond the Game and the new head coach of the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Coach Charles, maraming salamat sa oras, and thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Oh, thanks also for having me, Anton. Of course, anytime for you and this network.
Appreciate it, Coach. Coach, big news today. You were named the new head coach of the Phoenix Fuel Masters, ending speculation. I know there was a lot of back and forth on Twitter, on X. You were very active with that as well. How did this development come to be? Was this in the works for a while now, Coach?
I wouldn't say for a while. I mean, it's very recent. Just this year, this all kind of happened so fast, so totally unexpected on my part. You know, the reason why I kind of clarified things on X or Twitter was because a lot of people were assuming I would leave Benil, which I have no plans of doing so. But obviously, I wanted to take on this new challenge. I wanted to get the chance to be a head coach in the PBA. It's rare. It's a rare opportunity for anybody, much less myself, to be given this chance. So I think it's an honor, and I just couldn't pass up on the chance. I mean, you don't get too many offers too often.
So malinaw ha, sa lahat ng mga nagtatanong, hindi po aalis si Coach Charles Tiu sa Benilde. He's even wearing the Benilde colors right now. So malinaw po yan, okay? Now, Coach, when you stepped in as the head coach of Benilde, you transformed the program. It became a finals contender. You were in the finals for so many years during your tenure as the head coach, and could continue on in season 102, of course. But now, for the Phoenix Fuel Masters, what's your vision for the team when you accepted this role, and how do you see the squad evolving under your leadership?
Well, I like the fact that there are a lot of young players. We have some good pieces. Obviously, we have a great vet in Jason Perkins. We have a lot of forwards. So there's some talent in the team. It's a relatively young team, I'd say. So I think there's a future to this team. We've seen guys like Richie Rivero just play his best conference in a long time, so that's a positive for me. But I know that the team, the franchise as a whole, has struggled. I think it's been 5 straight conferences where they haven't made the playoffs. So at least I felt that there's something that maybe we could help the team in that aspect. Maybe we can get them back to winning ways. Obviously, I've experienced firsthand how hard it is to win in the PBA. So to me, it's just trying to build a winning team, a winning program, and hopefully we can slowly find ways to win games.
Coach, before I ask you some more about the Phoenix Fuel Masters, I just want to clarify, and you touched on this as well with the people responding to you on X, because under the rules, bawal para sa isang tao na maging head coach sa PBA at head coach sa Benilde. So you never said you were leaving Benilde, but you also said that yung head coach is just a title. So paano yun, Coach? Ano yung magiging role mo specifically with Benilde now that you're the head coach of Phoenix?
You can call it whatever you want, consultant, assistant, I don't know, but it's basically still my show, my program. I'm handling everything from recruits to, the full program. Everything I've been doing the last 2 years will stay the same, To be honest, my contract with Benilde from day one, it's written consultant. So I've been employed as a consultant for Benilde anyway. So that's why I think there's some gray area there. But, to me, again, it's not important who's head coach or not. What's important is helping these players, helping the school and representing the school well. I'm not after any credit. We just want to compete. I want to help these guys and we want to continue the program. So that's really what matters to me more than anything. And to be honest, haven't given it much thought. We'll probably cross that bridge when we get there come NCAA time. And hey, who knows? September's a long time from now. I may not even be in Phoenix. You never know what happens in the basketball world, right? But to me, I'm still committed in Benilde, but I'm equally as committed in Phoenix. And I'm just going to have to split my time and find a way to make it work.
Speaking of the surprising things that happen in basketball, there was a report online that after or during the news that you would come to Phoenix, maraming pagbabago with the players of Phoenix. So there were 6 players named, and some of them, including R.R. Garcia, James Kwekute, Sean Manganti, moved to the unrestricted free agent pool and may be on their way out of Phoenix. What is your knowledge about this, Coach? And paano naman yung recruitment under your tenure, Coach?
Well, to be honest, a lot of that, or pretty much everything, happened before I was even appointed, and I really didn't have any say there. That was already been decided upon. Obviously, it looks like I'm the one who made those decisions, but it was decided upon before I came, so it is what it is. I'll just work with the guys that I have. Obviously, when it comes to contracts and everything, I'm not familiar. I leave that up to management. I just focus on the basketball side. That's my agreement with them. But I think at least now, from here on moving forward, we'll make decisions together, and they'll give me some freedom on who to add in the team. I'm not so sure what the contract situation of the players are. Again, that's not my job. So I think we have 12, 13 guys still signed. We're going to have an import coming of whoever he may be real soon. So that's the plan, I guess. I haven't even been with the team at all. We haven't had a single practice, and it's crazy. Everything's blowing up. There's so many rumors. This guy, I see it all online, and to be honest, I don't even think it's fair to myself and to the management or to the team. But hopefully we can address it when we have our first practice.
Coach, you mentioned Richie Rivero's name and his improvement in these past conferences. Were you told names of other players na siguradong mananatili dito sa Phoenix? Because as a coach, I can only imagine it's so hard if you don't even know who's actually going to be there when you finally have your first practice.
Well, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to let go of those guys for nothing, right? Richie, Perkins, Tuffin, Tyler, Balungay, they've got a bright core, and I'd assume they'd be there. And I think I asked if those guys will be there. They said yes, and I'm glad they will be. Richie's a guy I've seen growing up. As a kid, I worked with his father before. They were working out in Baracabul that time, and just to see him grow up and get a chance to coach him, it's kind of cool. And I'm hoping he's gonna have a good conference with us, a good year.
Well, Coach, we wish you the same success you had with Benilde sa PBA naman. Thank you so much again, Coach Charles, for the time here on the show.
I'd be happy to make the playoffs. Thanks, Anton.
Coach Charles Tiu, new head coach of the Phoenix Fuel Masters, and of course staying with Benilde. Check out his show Beyond the Game here on the Bilyonaryo News channel as well. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Bilyonaryo News channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.